Okay, we are now doing Jenney's First Year Latin, Chapter 31. We're going to be talking about the declension of is, hic, and illa. They are in the singular of of genitive and dative of is is irregular. The genitive of is eius, and all masculine, feminine, and neuter. And the dative is ae. Hic is huis, and the dative of hic is huic, and the genitive of ille is ilius, and the dative is illi. And that's one thing you have to learn. For the most part, they're regular. Hic is more irregular than the rest, so I'm going to erase the board, and we will go over the declension of hic. But I need you to learn the irregulars, and it's the genitive and dative singulars of all of them that are irregular. So look at page 142, and then when I erase this in a second, we will be doing the declension of hic. Now, is means this or that, hic means this, and ille means that. Okay, let me erase this, and we'll do the declension of hic in the masculine, feminine, and neuter. Alright. Masculine, feminine, and neuter. Hic, hike, hook. It's the C that makes this irregular. So we're going to do the singular, and the bottom we'll do the plural. Hic, hike, hoke. Then we have nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative. So we have huis, as we were discussing for the genitive. So I'm writing huis down across the board. Again, you can be looking at page 142, huic across the board for all of them. For the dative singular, it's the accusative that's going to be different for you. It's hunk for the masculine, hunk with an A for the feminine. Alright, and then the ablative is hoke with a long O for the masculine, and neuter, and hoc for the feminine. Alright, so we're going to do the plural. Let me write those down. We have high. It looks just like high, H-I. Now the neuter keeps the C, and then nominative and accusative. So write that down, and please, like I said, look at the page 142 in your book. Write it down. I think it's important for you to look at it on the board. It reinforces it. And teeth, all the way across. Host, hos, hike for the accusative. And then the ablative is he's. Remember, that's a long I-S. Okay. So I have it on the board to reinforce it, which also means you need to write down. Heek, hike, hoke. Huis. This is all singular. Huic. Hunk, hoke. Hoke with a long O. It may be mispronounced, I'm sorry. But since we're not reinforcing pronunciation in my class, it's okay. Long A for the feminine, long O for the neuter. He, high, hike. Horum, harum, horum. A and the feminine. He's, host, hos, hike. He's. Leave it up for a minute. Remember, hike means this. Okay? Looking at page 142, another essential part is ablative of time when and ablative of time within which. And yes, there's a distinction, and we'll discuss about that. Ablative of time. When is time when an action occurs is expressed by the ablative without a preposition. So they left camp at the 3rd hour. That's without a preposition. Ablative of time within which, on page 143, the time within which an action occurs is also expressed by the ablative without a preposition. We sell to Africa within 3 years. So if you translate it with the word within, it's ablative of time within which. So the next one, many towns were taken in 1 year. Now they don't translate it with the word within, but you can. Many towns were taken within 1 year. So if that makes sense, within 1 year, it's ablative of time within which. And that's how you're going to be able to distinguish it if you can translate it in English with the word within. Both ones, no preposition, and it discusses time, ablative of time. Ablative of time when, ablative of time within which. Pages 142 and 143. If you have any questions, please call me. Okay, going on, we have our vocabulary on page 143. Eques, equites, masculine horsemen. Pedes, and the plural is cavalry. Pedes, peditus, foot soldier, plural infantry. Is ea id means either this or that. Hic haec hoc only means this. Ile illa illud only means that. Bibo, biberi, bibi, no fourth form means drink. Curlo, curre, curlo, currere, curry, cursum, run. Dico, dickery, dixie, dictum, say, or tell. Derivative would be dictate. Edo, edery, eddy, essum means to eat. Petto, petri, petire, petitum, seek. Scribo, scribery, scripsi, scriptum, write. So script is a derivative. Olim, formerly, once upon a time. So if you're writing a fairy tale, you'd use olim. Eques, the word for horseman or cavalry, may also designate a knight, which is a member of the wealthy business class among the Romans, not the knight we're thinking of. In primitive times, the title had been given to a man wealthy enough to provide himself with a horse for battle. Doesn't mean that they had a horse, just that they were wealthy enough to have a horse. That's the distinction. The demonstrative adjectives hic and ille point out the position of the words they modify, as present or near the speaker. So hic is the one that is near the speaker, and if it's remote from the speaker, you use the word ille. This does not specify any specific location. Okay, your reading lesson is about Bacchus and Philemon, and do the exercises, the odds. So we'll do the reading lesson tomorrow, and we'll discuss any questions you might have then. Again, you can do the exercises beforehand, but they're due tomorrow. So, voila!